chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. I have a little bit of interesting news to share with you today. This guitar, this Yamaha Pacifica that you'll remember I rescued from a branch of Cash Converters and did various upgrades on, well, it's got a new pickup in the bridge position. It did have a Vanson Alnico 559 pickup in that slot, and it was okay. It wasn't, however, as good as I remembered that particular make and model of pickup sounding in other guitars. It just seemed to lack a little something that I could never put my finger on. Hence the fact why you haven't really seen much of this guitar in recent videos. Then, as luck would have it, I was contacted by a company called Pink Flower Pickups. They're a brand new UK based pickup manufacturer. All of the pickups are made in the UK, all hand wound, you know, real artisan kind of top end stuff. And basically they asked me if I would be interested in checking out some of their pickups, which, you know, of course I said yes. I could immediately think of one guitar that was possibly in need of some help in that department. So they sent me a bunch of pickups out to try out. And I was quite clear when I was talking to these guys that, you know, every man, as they say, has his price, but mine is substantially higher than a free pickup for a Yamaha Pacifica. So I'm quite prepared, or I was quite prepared to say the unvarnished truth about these pickups. What this one sounds like we will come to later, but first of all, here's a little bit of information about the company in general. Okay then, this is the Pink Flower Pickups website. It is still a little bit under construction with a few of these image coming soon type things in place of actual photographs. They are a very, very young company. But if we just take a look at one of the pickups, let's take a look at this one here, the vintage Accurate PAF 50s, I think it is. Yeah, the vintage Accurate PAF 50s. You've got a whole range of customizable options here. You know, you can either buy obviously the bridge or neck pickup or a calibrated pair. You can choose your bobbin colour, black or zebra. You can even choose the magnet that you want in the neck pickup and the bridge pickup, from sort of Alnico to via all the other grades of Alnico all the way to ceramic, if that is your preference. Same with the bridge pickup here, and you know, you can change, or you can choose the cover that the pickup has on it, from, you know, chrome, gold, or whatever. So, you know, a lot of options there to customize the pickup to your own specifications, and you know, for 70 quid, that's not a bad deal, really. It's roughly the same sort of price, I guess, as you would pay for Seymour Duncan or, you know, DiMarzio, but you're getting something more akin to maybe a bare knuckles pickup or something like that, you know, kind of artisan, hand-wound, customizable pickup made to your own specifications. So yeah, that is the kind of service you can expect from Pink Flower Pickups. So there you go, that's the kind of company they are. As you can see, the website is still under construction. They're a very, very young company. But yes, this pickup here is I think it's called the Blossom 12 model, and here's a little bit of information on that. Okay, let's take a look at the pickup which is currently residing in my guitar. It is the Pink Flower Pickups Blossom 12 model, and that's what it looks like in close-up. It's wound with electrisolar wire. Now, that might be an unfamiliar term to a lot of people, so let me just explain. Basically, Electrisolar is a company that make the finest copper wire that money can buy. A lot of the copper wire that you will find in cheaper aftermarket pickups doesn't actually contain that much copper. It's either diluted or adulterated, you might say, with the infamous Chinese pot metal, you know, all your old melted down baked bean tins and so on. This pickup is asymmetrically scatter wound. So let's unpack that. What does that mean? Well, asymmetrically wound basically means that it doesn't have exactly the same number of turns on each of the two bobbins in the humbucker design. I'm reliably informed that the north bobbin on this pickup has 6,500 turns and the south bobbin has 4,400 turns, which is a deliberate form of inaccuracy to try and replicate the guesstimated nature of the windings on the early Gibson humbucking pickups, which have that sound that we all seem to love so much. Now, scatter wound is basically where the wire is. If you imagine rolling a hose pipe onto one of those kind of reel type things, you can never get it perfectly neat and symmetrical. Well, that's exactly what scatter winding the copper wire on the pickup does. It's basically an untidy wind. And why do we like that? Well, it introduces an electrical property known as capacitance to the pickup, which tends to smooth out the higher frequencies, making for a warmer sound. This version of the pickup contains an Alnico 3 magnet, although that is one of the things that you can customize when you order the pickup for yourself. You can choose whatever magnet you want from the list of options available. The DC resistance of this pickup is quite high. It's 10.7k, which means it is quite a hot sounding pickup, but not in a DiMarzio super distortion kind of way. Think of this as being like a hotter version, a more powerful version of a traditional Gibson style pickup. As I mentioned earlier, when you order a pickup from Pink Flower Pickups, you can customize the options. You can ask for a Alnico 5 magnet or an Alnico 2 magnet, or even, you know, a ceramic magnet if that's your preference. And the price for all of this is £85, which is roughly the same sort of price, as I said earlier, that you would expect to pay for something like a Seymour Duncan or a DiMarzio pickup that isn't handmade and doesn't have all of these customizable options. So that is the Pink Flower Pickups Blossom 12 model. I think it's about time we heard what it sounds like, don't you? And as discussed, here's what that pickup sounds like. So there you go. I think that acquits itself pretty well. It is quite a beefy sounding pickup, but it does clean up nicely, which, you know, is something that's important to me. One thing I can tell you is that this guitar now has a new permanent resident. This Pink Flower Pickups Blossom 12 model. I really think it is a big upgrade to the existing one that was in there. Now, if this has whetted your appetite for a Pink Flower pickup yourself, then I've been asked to pass on a discount code to you. If you want a £10 discount on any purchase from Pink Flower Pickups website, then just use the discount code John Robson. Okay, that's all one word, capital J, capital R. Use that when you make your purchase and check out, and you will get £10 off your purchase, and that code is valid, I'm told, permanently, forever. So there you go. Now then, the very kind chaps at Pink Flower Pickups have also expressed an interest in supporting Guitars for Good Causes. If you don't know what that is, let me just recap. Guitars for Good Causes is a campaign that I'm running where you guys donate to my GoFundMe page. The link is down there in the description, and I then use those donations to buy guitars, basically, which I then review on this channel. Once reviewed, the guitars get sold with proceeds going to Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, a charity in Middlesbrough which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. A very worthy cause, and you know, if you feel like throwing a few quid into the bucket, then the link is below this video, as I said. Anyway, Pink Flower Pickups have said that they're going to custom make a pickup to be auctioned off in aid of this charity, and it's up to you guys to decide what you want that pickup to be. So leave a comment below. You know, do you want a single coil? If so, what kind of single coil do you want? I mean, is it a P90? Is it a Telecaster bridge pickup, a Telecaster neck pickup, a Strat pickup, etc, etc, etc? Do you want a humbucker? If so, what kind of humbucker? All of the same sort of stuff. You know, do you want some big meaty high output death metal thing, or do you want you know, like an old 59 PAF style pickup? Anything that your heart's desire can be made by Pink Flower Pickups, and whatever seems to be the popular choice. We'll let this run for 2 or 3 weeks so people can get a chance to see the video and leave a comment. But whatever you think would be a good pickup to auction off for the charity, leave your comment below, and that is what will get made. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little insight into, I guess this is my first sponsorship deal, isn't it? Or endorsement or whatever. Yes, but I just know I've got a really nice pickup, and this is a fantastic company to deal with, in my experience anyway. So yeah, check them out. And now on for me. If you would like some tailored one-to-one guitar tuition, then give me a shout via the details at the end of this video. If you live on Teesside in the northeast of England, you can come along for a face-to-face lesson, or wherever you are in the world, you can have a lesson via Skype, and whichever way you do it, your first lesson is free, so you've got absolutely nothing to lose. And with that, I'll bid you all a good day, and thank you for your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time around. Bye for now, folks.